Monster producer, a legendary creature that combines multiple skills to dominate a market.
Where's all my females in the room that want to see a strong female do something big in the world? Raise your hand, ladies. So I started coaching all these EXP real estate agents, some of the top agents in the world, and they kept telling me, you gotta know this one person. You gotta know Gogo. You gotta know Gogo. You gotta know Gogo. And I'm such an action-minded person. I'm like, her name is action-minded, right? Wouldn't it be cool to have a name like Gogo? What are we gonna do? We're gonna go get somewhere, okay? So I started like, who is this young lady? Who is Gogo? They said, you know, one of the fastest growing real estate people in the world. She's growing a team. She's already got 1,000 agents in her organization. She's an entrepreneur with 9 different businesses. She came from Romania with nothing to the United States, and over the last X number of years has built herself into a powerhouse brand. And last night we were at the concert, people asking me, she's up there having fun with her cowboy hat on. People said, who is that girl? I said, that would be Gogo. And I suspect that people all over the world are going to know this name pretty soon. So please help me welcome Miss Gogo Bethke. Come on up, girl. Come on.
Thank you. Oh, you're the best. Hi. How are you guys? The fact that I'm on this stage today, I'll tell you, I'm 40 years old. I learned English when I was 21. So if I can be on this stage today, all of you can do whatever the heck your heart desires. Maybe you didn't hear me. I didn't speak the language that I'm speaking here today. So I'm originally from Romania. My real name is not Gogo. My real name is Gyöngyvér Kocsis. How about that? Would you buy a house? You saw my name on the yard sign, you would be like, yeah, no, I'm not sure what that is. I'm not sure how to pronounce it. So out of necessity, my nickname was Gyögyö, which mind you also can't say that either. So out of that second necessity, I came the name Gogo. And I built out of another necessity social media business called Gogo's Real Estate, and that's might be how you know me today, but I actually own 9 businesses. They're also very different from one another, right? But I just want to bring some light to there's absolutely anything that you want to do, you can do it. There might be a little problem that we call time, right? There's only one of you. There's only 24 hours, but I'll never forget going to a Tony Robbins seminar and him talking how, I think at the time he had like 56 businesses and I don't know how many employees, and I'm thinking to myself, he only has 24 hours, right? Like, how can he do it? How can all these people on earth have achieved all of these big things where 99% of the people trade time for money? 99% of the people get paid for the hour. They get, one of my favorite saying is, you get paid for the hour what you bring to the hour. The smarter you are, the more you get paid. But most people are trained to go get a skill and train that skill for the amount of time, which is usually 8 hours a day, you're going to make a certain amount of money. So I'm here today to show you how you can make a lot of money, however your little heart desires, and we are going to create a bunch of mini yous to go out in the world and do what you're really good at to allow you to make more money. Who here is in the business of making money? Higher, right? Thank you, love it. So I am in the right group, right? Time is money. I want you to have a piece of paper. You do, you're prepared, awesome. If not, have your calculator. But actually, let me ask you this question first. If I pointed at you right now in the crowd and I asked you, how much are you making in an hour, would you have that number? Do you know what your hour is worth? Because do you know what the enemy of good? The enemy of good is great. You might have it really good, but you could have it great. And the only way you're going to be able to tell the difference of where you should be spending your time is by knowing what your time is worth and what you actually get paid for it now. And then we can mess with that number and grow that, because we cannot create more time. But we can figure out how we can make you get paid more for the time that you invest into whatever you decide to do. So we're going to create time today. We're going to speed up time today. We are going to slow down time today. And then we're also going to multiply time today so we can all make more money. Okay? You ready with that pen and paper? Write down, do you assume, actually, let's figure out how much money you're worth now in an hour. What is your time worth? So every time you decide to run a load of laundry, from now on, write this down. From now on, write this down. You're going to take your hourly rate and you're going to stick it to the inside of that laundry machine. I still have the old-fashioned one because I like good old water when I wash laundry. Thank you so much. You are going to stick it somewhere where you're going to see it, and from now on, you're never, ever, ever in your entire life going to run another load of laundry, because that is going to be a very expensive load of laundry. So let's calculate how much your time is worth. So assume that you work 40 hours. We are entrepreneurs, so really any of us works 40 hours. You work like 90, really. But let's assume that you have a very healthy business life and you work 40 hours a week, right? That equals to 2,080 hours a year. Take the money that you made last year, take your phone and your calculator, because I want you all to write down your hourly rate. From now on, if you learn nothing else from today, you're going to walk out on that door knowing what your hour is worth. So take your salary or the income. In our cases, it's not salary, right? We are probably, I'm proud to say I have 2 S-corps and I hired myself, right? I have 2 salaries now, but back in the day, I was 1099. Okay, I'm also 1099 on top of the salaries as well. So take your yearly income, what you made last year, however you make it, if it's selling products, if it's whatever that is, and divide it with 2,080 hours. For this example, I use $250,000 income, assuming that you made $250,000 last year, assuming that you worked, healthy hours, 40 hours a week, divided by 2,080, that's gonna give you that your hour is worth 120 bucks. So, what do you actually do to make that money? So what do you actually do for a living? A couple of you, raise your hand. Tell me what you do for a living. Commercial real estate. Love it. Real estate. Love it. Oh, a lot of real estate. Financial analyst. I love numbers, by the way. Oh, I can tell. Good job, so love it. So as you can see, many of us do many different things that we trade our skills, right? That we are going to get paid for. So I just kind of wanted to understand what, get a healthy feel for the group of what we all do for a living. But do you still, in those 40 hours that you work, don't you all have to make calls and work on one of my things that I hate the most of how about tomorrow at 2? Oh, I can't, my kid has soccer. Okay, how about Thursday, 1 o'clock? Oh, sorry, I'm traveling. How about, I hate that back and forth. You're going to spend an hour to have a 15-minute meeting with somebody, right? So, but think about it. You have to do all of those things. So it's not just the financial analysis that you are doing, right? You're still doing all the other things, the social media posts, the emails, the DMs, the schedules, the travel, the flight, the hotel, all of those things. It's actually a part of your job. Raise your hand if you want to make more money. Raise your hand if you made plenty of money and you're going to want to get back some time. Right? Because I realize the chase will never stop for me because I don't know how to. I'm an achiever. Right? So I'll share a little bit about my childhood because I wondered why I am the way I am. My parents, and I'm actually, this is going to tear me up. This is the first. Guys, I borrowed $200 in 2003, and I came to a continent that I didn't know a single human being to chase my American dream. Today my sister is standing right there, and it's her first time seeing me speak. So it's a very special. Thank you. I used to say that I work on a continent where I didn't have a single human being related to me by blood, but I can say that today, so I'm very happy that my sister is here today. But also, you're going to chase whatever you're chasing. I'm an achiever. My parents never told me they love me with words. They don't do it with affection. It's the good old Eastern European way, right? But I needed to hear that. You cannot do for me because I can do whatever I want, right? In order for me to know I'm loved, I need to hear it. And my parents did. They would do anything for us, right? But because I never got that, I figured, oh, if I achieve this, then they're going to tell me they love me. Or if I achieve this, then they're going to tell me they're proud of me. And then that just went on and on and on and on. And what happens when you do something over and over again? Becomes a habit. Now, I don't know how to do anything else. Now, today, I don't do it anymore because I need their approval. But now I don't know how to do anything else. So because I'm an achiever, when I set my mind to something, you can assume you can consider it done. There is no plan B, there's only plan A for me. We are doing it, right? So with that being said, now I also get myself into situations because I'm like, oh, that's a great opportunity, I can do it, and then that's a great opportunity, I can do it, and that's how I found myself in 9 businesses. And even though I was very proud that I'm a mom and a wife at first, but guess how I was momming? Sorry, honey, I have to answer this email. I am so sorry, I have to take this call, right? So now I'm in the phase of my life, and I don't want to work anymore, but I do want to make more money. So the next step is, do you want to make more money but work less? Are you in that phase of your life where you've worked plenty, thank you so much, it's time for you to figure out how to work less and make more money? So whichever category you are in, let's break them down how I can help you a little bit. My goal here today is for you to realize that everything that needs to get done in your work, it needs to get done, just not by you. Can somebody else do it? Right, with a lower hourly rate. So you had a second to figure out your hourly rate. Can you yell it out loud? I want to hear some of the hourly rates in the room. 450? 300? 500? Rest of you still haven't calculated it? You must be making a lot of money or you have a broken calculator. Okay, so let's make more money. Now that you know your rate, should you be answering emails and scheduling things, or should somebody else be doing it for you? Somebody else should be doing it for you. That is not your time best spent. So if your hourly rate is that $120 or that $500, you're gonna look at that thing and say, what I'm doing right now, is this making me $500 an hour right now? If it's not, you're never gonna do it again, right? Think of that load of laundry. It's a very expensive load of laundry. How much would it cost you to hire somebody to do the load of laundry? Let's say $25 an hour, right? Here you are with your $500 an hour running a load of laundry. You should never do that again. So know your hourly rate, never do things again. So stop doing all of those things that should not be on your calendar anymore. So for me, I had to look at okay, what is that I'm actually really good at, what I need to be doing at, where am I making most of my money? So as I started as a licensed realtor. This is back in the day when I started calculating my hourly rate. I figured out where my commissions come from. Mind you, with my name, nobody can pronounce it, right? Or it's the wrong 1-800 number if they can pronounce it, because all my friends at the time told me, do not use the name Gogo. You would be in the wrong business, right? So then the next thing for me was, I don't know anyone who the heck is going to buy or sell with me, right? And the third one, I need to find out where they at. Those were the eyeballs, so I did it with the power of social media. But where did they actually come from? Where and how I actually closed them was face-to-faces. Because you can be on social media, but if you don't get physically into their presence, right, where they truly get to know you, it's a much harder way it's gonna take much longer to earn someone's trust if they don't actually meet you. So I figured out that my leads came from face-to-faces. So that's where I had to be spending my time. So what I'm asking you today is figure out, how do you actually get your clients, your partners, how do you actually make money? And that's what you're going to be doing, because that's the best return on your investment. That's the highest rate of your hour. Right? And the things that you have to fill in, you're going to hire it out. So do more of what you figured out. So for me, at the time, was a lot of coffees. Write this down was one of the best tips I ever got. Don't ever eat alone. You're going to have lunch today, right? Lunch tomorrow, the day after that, the day after that. Have lunch with somebody that you haven't seen, an old college friend, a cousin, or the neighbor who just moved in on the street, the lady you met at yoga. Right? So me was face-to-face. So whatever that is for you, figure it out and do more of that. So let's get back time so you can spend it with your family. What if I said that give me $4 and I can give your life back? $4. I would assume all of you would get up and be like, 1, 2, 3, 4, there you go, right? So that's what it's costed me. Today I have over 14 virtual assistants, and here's how I was looking at it first. I'm like, oh my gosh, it's gonna be like a call center, and they're gonna have an accent, and I have an accent. Who am I to judge, right? Some of my virtual assistants literally have better English than I do. So with the 14 virtual assistants, I have 7 different job capacities that they are working and filling in for me. So they are doing all the answering the emails, and so if you emailed me, your probably email number 84,000 something, then I don't open on my personal, and all the other emails is opened by everybody else. So I make $2,300 an hour. I have 14 virtual assistants, $4 a piece. That's $56 an hour, right? $56 an hour to get my life back. And technically, if you think about it, I work 15 hours in 1 hour. Because I work my hour, and the 14 of them work their hour. That's 15 hours work done in 1 hour of work. So if I said, give me $56, and I give you 14 hours of work done, consider it done, would you do it? How many unopened emails do you have right now that somebody could be in the background taking care of it? 10? Thank you. 3, most important, working less. And this is where I'm at. I want to work less. I want to make more money. How do we do that, right? So in the last few years, I actually reduced my time. Let me see if sorry, usually the presentation right in front of me. Okay. You got that one. So the last 2 years, 2 years ago, I should say, myself and my right-hand girl, Christy, who's technically my left-hand girl because she's left-handed, together, we built a couple businesses, and I made $800,000. The VAs that I have now today, which are 14 of them, they're virtual, right? They work different job capacities. Because do you believe we can do it all? Yeah, I believe I can do whatever I set my mind to, right? But at the same time, I've taken a DISC assessment. And my S&C is pretty much non-existent. That means I am not detail-oriented. I think of the big picture. I could freaking care less how we're going to get there. I don't sweat the small stuff, right? But do I love numbers and the spreadsheets and the bottom lines and all of that? Absolutely. I look at those every single month. But I don't have to be the one running it. I don't have the patience for that, for the data entry. I just want to look at the end result. So because of that, we have executive assistant, personal assistant, social media assistant, design assistant, numbers guy, training guy, and Facebook group manager. So my design assistant, for example, she makes things pretty for my social media. I do the post because I built a brand around myself, and I built a brand around how I think, right, and what I bring to this world. So that part cannot be changed out, but I don't have to be the one making the post. I don't have to be the one responding to the DMs. I don't have to be the one making it pretty. I don't do pretty. Like if I had to make something pretty, it would be a stick figure and it would be black and white, right? But I hire it out. So all of these different jobs, every job that you can think of can be hired out at $4 an hour. Now, I also decided that I'm no longer going to work Thursdays and Fridays. So I have Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday off. I have long weekends for the rest of my life because I decided so. I worked way too hard. It's time to enjoy the fruit of my labor. So now I technically work 8 hours 3 times a week. So that's 24 hours work for me. But look at it. Do I really work 24 hours? I work 24 hours, but I have 14 people working another 40. That's 560, so technically in 1 week, I work 584 hours. Or I should say I don't. 584 hours worth of work gets done. That's 30,368 hours in a year. But in those 24 hours, then I work. I do what I really enjoy. I do what I'm really good at. And I do what makes me the most amount of money. I couldn't tell you the last time I ran a load of laundry. I don't walk my dog. My dog gets walked, right? So you have to have a personal assistant first to remove all of those physical in-person activities, and then everything else you can hire out online. So because I did that, I went from making $800,000 with one assistant to making $2.7 million last year, working 3 days a week. Thank you. You're probably thinking you're way too freaking busy. How are you going to hire them? What job you're going to give them? Where do you even find them? How do you pay them? What are all of those things, right? And you're right. I can give you a very quick exercise. Write this down. Take a piece of paper. Put red light, green light. So put red light on the top. Draw a line. Put red light on the left. Or sorry, red and green, right? And from now on, you're going to walk around with that piece of paper. So you draw a line in the middle. Red light, green light. You're going to walk around with that for the next week, and you're going to write down every step you take in all of your businesses, right? Just think of my emails. I have 9 businesses. For each business, I have an email address. That's a full-time job right there, right? So write down every step that you take. In the red light, think of it, the red light. You can stop doing it right now, you can hire it out. So if it's an email, a DM, the walk, the dog, the whatever that is, that's gonna get hired out from now on. That's red light. Green light is the thing that you cannot give to somebody else. I cannot give my social media post to somebody else because that's built around me and my mindset. That cannot be hired out. But everything else can be hired out. So the things that goes into the red light are the things that you're gonna stop doing because it's not worth your time anymore. And the green light are the things that you have to do because otherwise you lose what you got, right? So if you don't have time to find them and train them, I will find them and train them for you. I actually have them already. So you don't have to do any of that. What if I said that not only I find them, train them, and I guarantee them for 90 days, so if they don't work out, you can return them and get your next one. So what if I said, give me $4, and I give you 120? Very simple. One of my businesses is We Clone You. Why We Clone You? Because you don't need a bunch of mini Gogos, you need a bunch of mini Yous. So they don't need to be doing the business how my VAs do it for me, they need to be doing the business how your VAs will gonna do it for you. How you run business, because you have a brand, it has to stay consistent. So the way we do this is you can jump into my team's calendar, you're going to pretty much let them know we're gonna ask you all of the questions on earth, right? Who you are, what you do, how you do it, and then we figure out where you have your weaknesses. What are the things that you're not good at, or you don't enjoy doing it, but you do it anyway? What are the things that you just kind of neglected, like my personal emails, or 84,000 of them, right? I just gave up on it, I started a new email address. It's my coupon emails anyway, it's fine, right? So then, we are going to match you up with 3 VAs. We discuss all of our virtual assistants. Most of my virtual assistants are from Brazil, and also a couple of them, if it's technology, or if it's numbers, they are from Pakistan. Then you get to interview them, then you get to choose the one that will fit that job. Now, I will not let you get multiple VAs, even if you come to me and say, I have need for 5 or 17 at the moment, because you don't know how to train them, and you're going to have a shit show, excuse my French. Right, so we're gonna start with one, and then we're gonna work you into more. So first, we're gonna figure out what is your most immediate need. Then we are going to match you up with a virtual assistant. After you chose your virtual assistant, who in your opinion is the best fit for you, we are going to train them for 2 weeks. Now my course, this is a video-based course and also an SOP-based course. So all of my virtual assistants' job, literally step by step, have an SOP, so your VA will know exactly how to do that specific job, plus they're going to come trained. They will know how to do that job already. But in the future, if you don't want to come back to us to get your next virtual assistant, you will have the database and the training program, so you can just say, hey, Jessica, you're hired, here's this curriculum, watch it, you start in 2 weeks. And what if I said, then I'll give you your first VA for free. Your first VA is on me, okay? You need to go to wecloneyou.com/Nashville, get into my team's calendar before Friday of next week, and your first VA is on me. Thank you so much for having me. Let me just close with this quote that changed my life, that if you don't build your dreams, somebody is going to hire you to build theirs. Thank you.
Great job, great job. Thank you, great job, great job. Great job. I was back there in the back, and I kept hearing, I like her, I like her, I like her. And it's hard to sum up somebody like Gogo, but there's 2 things that come to my mind about Gogo. Presence, she has a presence about her. A confidence, right? And she didn't talk about this, but I will. I worked a lot of people, and she's probably as good with connection to people as anybody that I've seen in a long time. The way she follows up, the way she cares about people, the way she touches people, the way she appreciates people. Presence, connection, right? And I love the way she said, shit show. That was good, too.